We're gonna do it. We are going to look at this new Elementor thing that everyone is talking about. It's called Elementor Editor 4. I don't know, assuming previous version of Elementor was version 3.0, or maybe, I don't know what the editor is, because they don't have a theme, right? It's just, that's all Elementor is the page builder. I don't know. I'm not up to date with Elementor's nomenclature, but that's what we're looking at today. It's Elementor Builder 4, Editor 4, it's called. So, thanks for stopping by the way. If you're new here, my name is James, and I like to talk about web development. I like to let you watch me struggle. That's my favorite thing to do. Seems to be my viewers' favorite thing to do, is watching me struggle. And today I'm sure it's going to be Struggle Fest because I've never used this product before. So I don't like Elementor, but this is different enough that I might like it. But at the same time, it's different enough that I'm going to have no idea how to use it. So I'm going to have to learn how to use it. And I'd like to think, that my hair's all over the place today, y'all. Given that I've been doing this, for, I don't want to tell you how many years, I personally feel like if this is a good product, then I should be able to figure out how to use it pretty quickly. Not because I'm a genius, but because, first of all, Elementor's whole target market has always been DIYers who don't really know anything. This particular update seems to be like they're maybe trying to target professionals a little bit more. So that's me. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time. I always use a class-based system. But for many, many years, I used Themify, which is just another Elementor, page builder alternative to Elementor. Same kind of concept. No classes. You can add classes to things, but the builder's not a class-based system. So you can add a class to a thing, but then you still have to go write CSS, somewhere else. It's not. So I was that person for many years, and I've abandoned that. So I've abandoned the sort of typical Elementor type workflow. So I'm very curious to see what this is like, because this is not the typical Elementor type workflow. This is supposed to be something more. So we're going to take a look. And I'm going to let you watch me set up a new local site again in Lando, just in case you want to see that again. If you're considering using Lando, I'm going to be doing a video about WordPress Studio. Finally, I'm finally going to install that and give it a try. I saw someone else using it briefly, and it looked pretty intriguing. I think it was the WP Tuts. Is that how you pronounce it? It's short for tutorial, so I want to say WP Toots, but fairly certain that's not what he's going for. WP Tuts. That's a YouTube channel. He did a video about a cool plugin called WP Vivid, I think, that lets you move a site from local to live. We're not going to do that, but anyway, in that video, he used WP Studio, so I thought it looked pretty neat, so I will do a video on that. But right now, I'm still using Lando, so I'm going to do that. I will put I'll let you know when I'm editing this video where you can skip to if you don't want to watch me set up another site in Lando. So let's go ahead and get started here. Let's go back one more. So we're going to make dir, that means make directory, and I'm going to call this, never thought I would be creating something called Elementor. Let's just call it editor 4. And CD means go to for some reason. I don't know if it actually stands for anything. So we'll go into that folder. Now we're inside that folder, and we'll say Lando init, which of course is short for Lando initialize. And what we're going to do is we're going to say get our code base from a remote location. That remote location is WordPress's website. This is where you can go to download the latest version of WordPress. And then we're going to tell it that we're using WordPress. Use the root directory, and we'll say we're going to call this Elementor Editor. Let's name it How to Learn How to Type Okay, so it's going to do a thing. While it's doing that, I need to grab a thing I can copy and paste here real quick. All right, so it always puts everything in a folder called WordPress. If I do ls, you'll see there's a folder called WordPress. So we're going to say move everything in the folder WordPress. That's what this means. Everything inside the folder WordPress, move it to the root, which is where I am right now. Hit enter. Now, if I do ls, we'll see all the WordPress files that you should hopefully be familiar with at this point. Now, all we need to do is start Lando. We initialized it, so that created the whole project. Now we're actually going to start Lando, which means it's going to fire up Docker. It's going to fire up the PHP environment and the database. So we don't have to do any of that stuff. Lando is a little bit terminal heavy, like there's no UI for it, but it's fairly straightforward. I like it. I don't really have a lot of issues. Every once in a while, like every 6 months, it just says, I'm not going to work. I'm done. I'm done doing whatever you want me to do. And I have to like fuss with it a bunch. But other than that, pretty good. So we now have a WordPress website. If I click on this, we should see a brand new install of WordPress. English, please. Site title, Elementor Editor 4. Do James. We'll do my super secret password that I use for local sites. James@nunya.com. Okay. So that's it. I mean, pretty quick. Like I said, little terminal heavy, but it's really not a lot of work to get a site up and running. So now I have a local site. What's annoying about Lando, for whatever reason, dude, and I've just updated Lando not long ago, it's still installing PHP 7.4. And to update that, let's see if I've even done it. Where have I done it? I would have done it in this one because it requires PHP 8. Okay, here we go. This also enables PHPMyAdmin, so you can access the database if you need to, so might as well go ahead and do that. We're editor for Lando. So what you have to do is you have to come in here to the Lando file. It's just a config file, and add PHP 8.1. And then if you want to enable PHPMyAdmin so you can access the database, you do that. Save it, and then you have to come down here and just do a Lando rebuild. So that's kind of annoying. I wish, and I've looked it up, there's no like global Lando file. There's a Lando file in each project, but there's no global Lando file where I can just go there and say, hey, every time you create a new site, make it PHP 8 point something. Like, I can't do that. If you know how to do that, please let me know, because this is annoying. I use Etch. I'm not going to be using Etch for this, but I use Etch, and Etch requires 8.0 or higher, so I have to do this every single time I fire up a site where I'm going to be using Etch. Okay, enough complaining. Where's my site? Here it is. Refresh. This should go away. All right, we are good to go. Now, this is where the entire video could come to a complete halt, because I don't actually know for sure if this Editor 4 is part of the free Elementor. So here we go. Install. Now, while that's installing, let's look at their landing page. I had that pulled up somewhere. Here it is. So, unsurprisingly, this website is not scoring super well on the page speed test. And I understand the page speed test isn't everything, but it's also not nothing. There's really no excuse for this. I mean, 36? This is not, like I said, I haven't used this editor yet, but I did this test obviously before I started this video. And this is not a great first impression. Best practices even, to be honest, 81 feels high for Elementor. But still, again, these should all be green. Dude, these should all be green. There's no reason for them not to be. It's crazy that this is that low. I've seen regular Elementor sites that are in the 90s. Like, you can do it. It's not that difficult. So this is just weird to me. I thought I'd share that. Not a great first impression. To be fair, the website doesn't feel slow, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. There's a lot of animations on there. Maybe PageSpeed just doesn't like that. I don't like these animations because they I think they should be there at first and then go away when you scroll instead of showing up, because I'm like already scrolling away and it's like, oh, what was that? Something's coming onto the screen? That's weird. But anyways, I'm not here to critique their website. I just want to learn what this editor 4 is all about. Precision build. This is all just marketing crap. Faster than ever before. Okay. Oh, we got variables. Okay. Classes. I knew that. Like that was kind of the thing about this update, was that it's introducing a class-based system. States. Okay. V4 alpha. Oh, we're still in alpha. All right. I'll try to remember that when I'm using it and critiquing it. Atomic components. This could be interesting. Build widgets from reusable components for maximum efficiency. Create your own CTA component, like a button heading paragraph, and replicate it. I mean, that's not groundbreaking. I'm pretty sure you could already do that in Elementor. What'll be interesting is like, how much control will you really have? So like in Themify, like I said before, I used Themify for many, many years. You could create, I don't remember what they called it, but I'm going to call it a component. You could create a saved component. So then, and you have two options. You could make it, I don't know what the words they use. It's been a long time since I've used it, but you could make it so either it's just a thing that you can copy and drop onto your site. And once you do that, it's its own independent little thing. If you edit it, it doesn't affect anything else. Or you can save it as an actual like traditional component where, let's say you drop it on this page and then you drop another one on this other page. If you edit either one, they both get edited. What I don't know if you can do in Themify or this is, let's say you create a component that's like that second one I just mentioned, where if you edit one, it edits all of them. But is it also possible to customize each individual instance, like a true component, like adding props and whatnot? That'll be interesting to see if we can do that with these components. I'll just, I don't know. I'm guessing not, but I also don't want to make a whole bunch of assumptions. Professional tools, marketing stuff, CSS empowered designs. Variables, streamline your design by managing global settings. Yes, classes, states. Create dynamic interactive designs by visually managing hover, focus, and active states. Okay. No coding required, just full creative control. I feel like all that was probably already possible, but maybe they're trying to do it like more web flowy, like with actual web design language. We'll see. We'll see. One style tab, infinite capabilities. Okay. Fully responsive design. We're still using breakpoint icons. Okay. The roadmap. They have a roadmap? Hey, interesting. Could this be why Elementor is so popular? Because they listen to their customers and have a roadmap? It would be cool if another foundation could do that. Maybe that's not even what this is talking about. Yeah, that's not even. As a previous product owner, I saw the word roadmap and I just thought, oh, they actually have a roadmap, which I'm sure they do. Most products do, but they don't always make it public. That's it. Holy footer links, bro. Okay. So that's it. That's their landing page. Yeah, nothing there was too surprising. I already knew about the classes, so let's go ahead and see if we can actually use this bad boy. Activate it. It says update. Yeah. Okay, so maybe we just have to enable it. Elementor settings. Let's see if we're done installing it. Where is it? Yeah, activate. Skip the onboarding. Skip, skip, skip to my loo. Please don't require Pro. Ew, they brought me right to a page. I don't even know what I'm editing. Is it just some random page that it created? Also, how do I get out of it? This is one thing I hate so much about Elementor. How do I get out of it? Okay, exit to WordPress. It might just be me, but I do not like Elementor's entire UI. I just hate everything about it. Elementor settings. Editor v4. Let's go. Please don't ask for money. All right. All right. I've got the newest version of the editor. It says, here we go. I've never built a site with Elementor. I have edited sites that were already built in Elementor. So I have a little bit of experience, but I had a client whose website was on Elementor, and I rebuilt the whole thing using Etch because they hated it and I hated it. But so this could be fun to watch. Let's create a page. Editor for Publish. Edit with Elementor. Suddenly I just got very thirsty. Set up your global fonts and colors. That's under site identity. Okay, create your first 3 pages, set up a header. This looks like a pro feature. Please tell me that I don't need pro to have a header. All right, atomic elements. Okay. So I like that we have real words over here, div, block, flexbox, button. Is the button an actual button or is it a link? Gutenberg was very proud a couple weeks ago to announce that button blocks now render as buttons. Mind blowing, I know. Okay, it helps to save your work. Oh, I guess, is it, okay, I could have previewed it. That's what I was looking for. It's a button. All right, so then if I want a link, I'm assuming there's a link block. Basic, heading, button again. Bro, let's hide that. General. Do I just add a text block and then I can make it a link? Is that how this works? Text editor, what's that? Okay. Highlight this. Okay, I can put a link in there. I feel like I'm not even doing editor 4 stuff yet. This is just regular Elementor stuff. All right. So yeah, this doesn't look a whole lot different from regular Elementor yet. Meet our global widget. With this feature, you can save a widget as global and then add it to multiple areas. So I need Pro for that. That's disappointing. How much of this am I actually going to get to test out today, honestly? Let's add a class to something. How do I do that? Style, classes. Okay. What's this mean? Local? Local class convert to a global class. Ooh, wait a minute. So, let's say BTN primary. If this is truly local, like, how do I get out of it? Okay. Let's add another button. I want to give this the same class. But if they're local, I'm wondering what. So then if I background red, okay, it does affect both of them because they both have. I can't convert it to a global class anyway, so maybe I shouldn't worry too much about that. But that is nice. Class. What's this? Class manager. This is probably where I can create some variables, maybe? Maybe not. Okay, let's get out of here. Where would I go to add a variable, do you suppose? It said that we have variables. Maybe that's another pro-only feature. That could be sad. That could be very sad in this video. Delete doesn't delete stuff. That's cool. Maybe it does now. Nope. Okay, we have to click this. All right. My plan was I did a video where I had AI create a website. It's right here. AI created this website, and then I rebuilt it using ACSS just to learn how to use ACSS. So I was thinking, since I built that and we saw how easy that was to do with Etch and ACSS, what if I try to build the same layout with Elementor? Now I'm a little disappointed because looks like I need Pro for some of those features. So that's too bad. But you know what? I mean, who cares? Let's just freaking do it anyways. What is this? Structure, easy navigation is here. Access all. Once you fill your page with content, this window will give you an overview. Okay, what's this button? No tooltip. What's this button? No tooltip. What's inspector say? Navigator AI tiles. Okay, that's AI something. Let's just click it. What could go wrong? Click it. Nothing. Oh. Step into the future with Elementor AI. Create websites faster with AI. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not, but use the tools, man. If they're giving you a tool, just sign in. Failed to sign in. They're like, no, we know you hate us. Why would we let you sign in? It says no account. Dude, that's... When you click on sign in with Google and there is no account, you just create an account for them. You don't say account doesn't exist and make them go to the account creation page. Come on. This is Internet 101, bro. Okay. Wait, did it not work? Okay. Welcome to Editor V4. Say hello to the new experience. I'm not sure why I didn't get this onboarding thing earlier. Okay. And by onboarding, I mean a welcome page. All right. Now, can I do stuff? Can I make the title go away? I don't know how to do that. Oh well. All right, so we need a 2-column thingamajigger with a picture and a bunch of stuff on the other side. I don't see grid. Grid, yay! Loop grid. Pro only, of course. Let's do grid. Columns, I just want 2. Rows, I just want 1. Oh, all right. Can I change, if I do this, can I change this to another kind of, because it doesn't look like they have a figure. How do I delete this? Edit. Oh my gosh. How do I delete this box? Okay, delete does work for that. Do they have a figure? I should just search for it before I assume. Nope. All right, so whatever. We'll just drop an image and see what it does with it. What's the difference? Image. Atom. I'm going to use the fancy one because that's the Atom stuff is new. So let's drop an image in there. I should have uploaded some assets beforehand. I couldn't because you guys got to watch me create this website. So double click, nothing. Oh, click over here. Okay. How do I change like page width? Settings, page settings, title, status, hide title, yes. Page layout, full width, yes. Not terrible so far. I'm not going to lie. And probably because I came from Themify, so like I am used to the page builder experience. This feels a little slow and painful, having used Etch for so long. But I feel like I'm finding the things I need fairly quickly. So that means they at least did a good job with the UI. What else do I need? Heading, text, buttons. So in here should be a flex box. In here should be a heading. Ooh, okay. First of all, layout, column. Okay, heading, and then we'll add a paragraph, another paragraph, and then 2 buttons. Actually, they need to be side by side, so another flex box. Or no. Yeah, flex. And then button. Let's see here. So we're going to go primary and primary outline. This is going to hurt because this is so easy in automatic CSS, but I'm going to have to build it from scratch. Okay. So let's go to Flexbox and we want to, nope. Oh, I'm in the wrong one. All right, let's get our actual content in here, shall we? AI worked very hard to make this content. Oh, really? I can't edit it right here? That's annoying. It's too many clicks, man. A lot of clicks. I don't like it. This is already a click-heavy workflow since I have to use the UI instead of just typing code. So they should be trying to reduce the number of clicks and mouse movements. Can I do a gap? Gaps. Column. What am I? I'm going to 10 pixels. Whatever. This is my heading 1. I'm almost certain this is not going to work. I'm going to have to name stuff myself too. Is this in a section? Do they have sections? No. That's a -1 for Elementor. I can't put a section element. That's like, guys, that is HTML 101. Section. Semantic HTML. It's a thing. Elementor, you should look it up. Okay. Well, we're going to call this grid. I mean, I guess I can delete. I am annoyed. I am annoyed. All right, we at least got to put it in a container. Where's the container? Where did my container go? Okay. I'm assuming I'll use the container to, like I would use the container to choose my content width. Yeah, content width, full width. I don't know where I can change that. I can change the percentage. This must just be a percentage of full width. Huh. Columns. What? Oh, I'm in the grid. I thought I was in the container. There we, okay. Thought I was in the container. Width 1140, so this is where I can choose, but it's not going to be the same, right? So say I make it 1260. Come down here, add another container. This container is 1140. So I have to change it. Every time I add one, I have to change it. Or I give this, hello? I can't give the container a class in this new class-based system. Wait, I can't give anything a class anymore? What happened? What's happening? What is happening? Oh, I can only give classes to certain things, dude? I can't put a class on this grid? Custom CSS requires an upgrade? Dude, so they want me to, every time I add a container, I have to go here and type 1260. Is this a setting somewhere at least? This is page settings. Is there like site settings? Bruh. What's this? Site settings. Global colors, global fonts, buttons, blah, blah, blah. Layout. Oh, thank goodness. Goodness gracious. Okay, save that. Go back. Still annoying that I can't add a class to it, but now I'm assuming where's my editor? Where's like, what's going on? Okay, that was weird. I don't know what that screen even was. I had widgets over here, but I couldn't add any of them. All right, so my container is now, let's add another container. No, I didn't want to add it inside that container. Oh, yeah. Add container, and is it? Nope. Why is it not 1260? That was my, I just updated that. Let me refresh. Maybe I need to refresh after I made that change. Okay. Container. 1260. Okay. Whew, you had me worried, Elementor. You had me worried. Goodness gracious. Add another container. 1260. Okay. At least that's something. Can't give it a class. So I'm limited to whatever I can do here in the style panel. But at least it looks like they have a lot of options in the style panel. So, but Normally, I would give this section a name, class, something like hero-section, and then there'd be a container, hero-__ container, something like that. And then I would be like, I don't even know. I hate naming stuff so much. Hero image. It would be hero section image is what I would call this. Hero section heading. I miss AutoBem. Miss it. All right. Let's say we're going to make up a BTN primary. BTN primary, BTN outline. Class names can't contain spaces. Really, bro? Okay, BTN. That's not too bad. You just have to enter. Don't know why that one's green and this one's not. Still don't know what local means. Let's publish, and real quick, what is my primary color? I believe that was in site settings and global colors and primary. Not a bad experience. Not a bad experience. What's my secondary color? This red. Red is accent. What is that? Huh. I don't have I don't have a secondary color, do I? I called this accent. I remember that. Buttons are broken on this website. Well, we're going to call this red secondary. Oh, we do have an accent. Let's just do that. Let's just do that. Secondary, we don't have. System color can't be deleted. Okay, whatever. Can add some custom colors. Show global settings. Okay, save. Get out of this. BTN primary. So how do I actually... Oh, I have to do... Okay. I have to use the style panel. Background is variables. You didn't create one? How do I use primary? Is that just an option when I background? Nope. Primary is not an option. This clear. Variables. Create a variable. Name, value. What is the point of the primary color? What is the point of this? What is this? How do I use these system colors? Hello? Okay. Guess I'll just create variables and pretend that page doesn't exist. Elementor, dude, you just get so close. Primary. I'm creating the variable for you that you should have already created for me. All right. I'm annoyed, but I'm getting over it. Border radius. Nope, can't use a variable here. It's fine because I'm doing this to button primary, so I shouldn't have to worry about it later. Let's give this a class while I'm here. Hero section CTA. Gaps 10. Ooh, leave me alone. Okay. I'm gonna have to use breakpoints, dude. That's so annoying. It's so annoying. So if I could do this, maybe this is why I don't like breakpoints. Tryer's done. Can I set breakpoints? All right, so this is tablet at 1024. Whatever. I don't like this at all. I don't like breakpoints. What decade is it, dude? Okay, so it automatically did some responsiveness there. I don't hate that. This is a grid and it automatically went to one column. But can I change it here? Because I want this. I think I want it to go to one column right now. So can I do that? Can I say, yeah, tablet portrait, one column. Okay, so desktop, it's like that. Portrait, it goes down like that. And on mobile, I kind of want to go. Hello? Kind of want to go column on here on mobile. Okay. Not an excruciatingly horrible experience. So if I have another class on here, what if I give it a class of radius? And I select that and I say 7 pixels. Nope. I say 10 pixels. Nope. I say 15 pixels. That only applies to radius. Okay. So then I'm basically going to have to create utility classes. Okay. All right. Did this do? No, it took my span out. Unless I just didn't save. I'm going to try it again. Like I said, I'm 99% sure this isn't going to work. Publish. View page. Yeah, it didn't work. What's this? Dynamic tag? No. Do I have to? I swear, when you guys aren't watching, I can type. Not say all that, do I? No, I don't. What am I doing? Okay. Okay. It's annoying, but now where's it getting that text from? Because the heading has different text, has different color. Even though, well, is it because, yeah, it's an H1, and this is an H1 because of the code, but because it's an HTML widget instead of a heading widget, it's got a different text color. Elementor widget text editor has a color. Doesn't matter that it's an H1, even in the code, it's literally just an H1, but it's wrapped in this dumb other div for no reason. Also, how am I going to style that? If I add a class, which apparently I can't. You can't add classes to HTML elements. How did I create a variable? I forget. Topography, variables. Okay. Now I just need to undo that for this. How do I do that? Hello? Thank you. Stop that. Okay, so the variable UI is a little weird. There needs to be a section I can just go to do variables, which maybe wasn't there. I don't know. But this text is still the wrong color. Why? Style? Typography? Okay, I need to come up with, it's not even working. Oh, it's just font. Where's the color? Okay, so so this is why they have that color palette, because you can select them. How do I unselect it? I'll never know. Oh, yeah. Theme style, typography, text color. Okay, I still need to create global. We already have one. We'll do that. Okay. This is the kind of thing where I could absolutely get used to this, and I would get to the point where I felt like I was working pretty fast just because I'm so used to it. I know where I'm going. But at the end of the day, I would be done already with like this section and probably the next two sections. If I was back in Etch with Automatic CSS. Oh, where's this flex box? Why can't I just select it, dude? Okay, flex box. Is there padding or something? That was weird. Adding 10 pixels for some reason. Flexbox base. Is that in here somewhere? Spacing. Adding 10 pixels. Looks like some kind of default. Gaps 20, that makes sense. Breakpoints, container padding. So I just have to go heading 0. Where's it coming from? It's just some kind of default. I don't know what. Huh. All right, whatever. 0 padding. Hey, what happened to my full width? Because I did stuff up here that I shouldn't have done. There we go. Dude, they're buttons. How do they not have cursor pointer, dude? Come on. I guess I have to add that. Well, I can't because I can't add. Is there a CSS place in here? Of course not. Oh, there was, but it was pro only. I don't remember where that was. Globals, no. Somewhere there was custom CSS, page settings or site settings. Yeah, custom CSS pro. What's the point of making that pro when there's 4,632 plugins that let me add CSS for free? What's the point? Just let me do it, Elementor. I'm not upgrading so that I can add custom CSS. I'm not upgrading for that. Okay. Yeah, I don't care about any of that. All right, back to what we're doing. How does this even look? This doesn't look. It's because this HTML thing has a whole bunch of freaking margin, or because it's an H1 has a bunch of margin. Okay, now we're actually centered there. I don't know how to give these cursor pointer. Is that an option? Maybe it's an option in the style panel. Effects, opacity, blah, blah, blah. Nope. Border, typography, position, size, layout. But there's no way to do it. So I have to leave Elementor. Does Gutenberg's editor have a CSS option? Styles? No. There used to be under the customizer, but they don't have that in full site editor. So I would have to install a plugin just so I can give a button cursor pointer. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Work with me about me. Wait, what was that? Oh. Okay. So can I do... Okay. Can't. What happened to this? Wait. Why can't I select from this screen? Why can't I select from the primary, secondary, the color palette? Why can't I do that? Dude, and why won't... No hover states. I don't even want to deal with that. Where was it? I saw somewhere... X? How do I do hover effect? Here we go. Hover. Color. Let's just make it a little less opaque. Is there a way to... is there a transition? Okay. I'll keep that and I'll just make the text white on hover, I think. I don't like this. Not the best way to do this, but then like, will this override? Guess that works okay. It's just dumb. I don't know. I'm getting a little nitpicky there, I think. This is taking me a long time. I don't like the spacing. All right, I think I'm going to move on from this section. Yeah. Okay. Real quick, just make sure I don't run out of disk space again. All right, next section looks like this. Ugh, we have a card. Now, I'm assuming this is a pro feature, but I have not seen a way to get me out of that. Create a component. Yeah, I think creating a component is probably a pro feature, which is sad. I wish it had made that more clear. It got me all excited. I thought I could just use this. So really we can add classes to stuff. And that's about it. It's disappointing. All right, so we need, what we need is a section. Hello, Elementor. We need a section. Guess we'll put a container. And the container is going to be, let's delete all this extra stuff here. All right. Container is going to be this background. Which I should probably make global color. I don't remember. Somebody explained the difference between neutral and base to me, and I forgot it. Better also turn it into a variable. So go through this weird process. Come here. Plus. But we don't want it on here. Oh, stop. Ah. Why did we do that? Oh, so this, let's see, this container needs to be full width. Can't give it a class. All right, then we need a heading and text, which has to be another one of these dumb HTML things. Or, what was it? Text editor. Paragraph. And then a grid. The grid is 2 and 2. Oh, that's right. We have to. I wonder. I'm going to just add a little text. If I can get out of. Calm down. I'm going to add the class of accent to this. I'm going to say color secondary. And I'm going to delete this. Okay. So that class stuck. Good. So I can come here and instead of doing this dumb inline style, and give it the class of accent. Okay, this needs to be centered. This needs to be centered. This needs a max width on it. But let me guess. Ooh, here we go. Can't do characters. Okay. Can't do characters. Let's actually do flexbox. Icon heading text. Dude, this is so annoying. Get me out of this. Get me out of it. I have to scroll up and click on the header every time. Every time I want to get out of that, I have to scroll up and click on the header. Come on. Do people use this product after they develop before they release it to the wild? Does anybody use it? Maybe, am I missing something? What am I missing? What's the secret to getting out of this screen and getting, no, like, clicking up here you would think might do it. No, that doesn't do it. I have to just scroll up and click on the header. Do I got my flex box in here? I do. Hello? Flex box. All right. We'll give it the class of radius. Border of 2 pixels of our primary color. Scroll up, click on the header, come back down. SVG, I guess. What even is this? So I can't. Is there an HTML code? Okay. Can I drag stuff over there? Of course not. That'd be super helpful if I could do that. Can't wait to get my new website. Waiting on a design right now. I don't know what I'm going to do about content. Should pay someone to do that because I suck at it, but we'll see. We'll see. All right. It's not doing what I want it to do. Can I name this? That's neat. Okay. This flex box needs to be column. This icon wrapper. What are we doing on this bad boy? Just a width. Okay. Little display flex, blah, blah, blah. All right. Icon wrapper, layout, center, line self. No, that's not what I want. Layout, flex. Here we go. Center, center. Except I want itself to be over there. So come over here. Oh, maybe we need to. Yeah, here we go. Should be centered. Is there some kind of weird padding or something on it? Let's get our background. Our background is primary. Everything is primary. I forgot. Icon wrapper, background. Oh, I didn't give this a class, you dummy. Ugh. Ugh, ugh, ugh. It's annoying that it even lets you do that. What is it doing then? Just creating an ID for it? Do I even need that? No, I don't. Background. Center, why would that not work? Why would that not work? What's the point of giving a display flex and saying justify content center, align items center? There's no padding, there's no margin, it's messing this up. Yeah. Well, that's just one of those things, I guess. I don't know. This is a very confusing way to do this. Not used to using a style panel like this. I don't get why that doesn't work. It's very frustrating. Very frustrating. This is my card. Card. Some of this stuff is eerily similar to Etch. That's going to bother me so much. Why? When you select the SVG, there's nothing there. When you select this, there's that little space below the icon, which makes it seem like, wait, how many, dude. The issue is that I created this HTML box, and then it created another div inside of that, which I have no control over. unless I go install a custom CSS plugin, and then I target one of these dumb classes. Because I can't just come in here and write some CSS, dude. Why are people so afraid of a little bit of CSS? They're so afraid of it, and so Elementor doesn't give it to them because they're afraid of it. And because they're afraid of it, I don't know, what would they do? What would they do in this situation? I guess they can't use actual SVG codes. They just have to upload an actual image. And then they could drop an image inside here and not have to mess with the HTML widget. I guess that's what you do. But I don't have image files for these SVGs. They're just code. I'm not even going to bother changing those cards. What does it look like on mobile? It's fine. So frustrating, you know? Because if I have to work on a client's website that's using Elementor, I have to deal with this crap. I have to deal with it because their target audience is afraid of CSS. So I have to deal with this nonsense. I do appreciate that their grids are somewhat automatic. It's not quite as good as Automatic CSS's auto grid feature, but it's not terrible. Oh my gosh. I don't think I can do any more of this. It's too painful. It's too much. It's just it's like struggle bus, you know? Plus I can't play around with components like I was hoping to. The variable system is terrible. The class system is okay, but you can't even add classes to everything. They don't let you add classes to containers, to grids. There's no section element for some reason. Yeah. It's like a small step in the right direction. But unfortunately, they have 4,000 steps to go. And if they're going to do a half a step every 6 years, then I don't know. This is just, and I haven't even done the hover effect on here. Look at this. When you hover over the card, there's a little box shadow, the border turns blue, the icon grows. Explain to me how I'm supposed to do all that in here. You know, the card, the border isn't supposed to be primary yet, so let's clear that. And we'll say right now it's neutral because I don't have a variable. And then on hover, nope, that's on radius. So I'm on the wrong class because this is confusing. It would be way less confusing if I was just using CSS like a normal person. So the radius, okay. Clear. This is all supposed to be on hard container, border, pixels 2. We'll make the color gray, solid. And then on hover, the border is primary, 2 pixels. That went away for some reason, primary. Let's see if at least that works. Okay, that works. How do I make... Yeah, there doesn't seem to be a way to make it so when I hover over the card, this icon grows. Super easy to do in CSS. By the way, very easy to do. Basic CSS. You'd probably learn it on the first or second day of taking a course on CSS. But I can't do it because I'm in Elementor and we're afraid of code here. Maybe there's a pro version that allows you to do that. Class manager. Oh, that's what I was looking for earlier. Don't show this again. Oh, that does nothing. You would think that maybe there would be a variable manager. Or place. If you're going to have a class manager, just make it a style sheet so I can add my own CSS to it, dude. It's in alpha. I told myself I was going to remember that. It's in alpha. Maybe it will get better. I doubt it. I doubt it. So there's no way to do this hover effect that I'm aware of. Is there anything else on this site that I want to even try? Not really. It'll all just be more of the same, creating cards and whatnot. So on this, when I built this in Etch with Automatic CSS, in fact, let's just look at it. Let's do a little comparison. This is not rocket science, you guys. It's not. Let's look at this card. So where is it? I just started using ACSS. Targeting settings. No, it was in the global. So there's this fancy little selector here. I'm not going to get into it, but Automatic CSS has a card framework that does a bunch of stylings to all your cards that you specify right here. So this card has a class. It's one of these classes. This card has one of these classes. These cards has one of these classes. So all the classes I put in here, it's going to do all these styling things to those cards automatically. And then there's this fancy little thing right here that you can drop in your global CSS. And now any custom CSS, because there's things I couldn't do in that style panel. So this basic CSS right here that says, hey, on hover, add a box shadow, also on hover, make the icon wrapper grow a little bit. This is very basic stuff that I can't do in Elementor. If they would just give me a little box where I could put some CSS, I could do this. I could do all the other stuff you saw me do in Elementor with the style panels and the clickety click. But then when I need to do something like this, a couple lines of CSS, do they understand how much better of a product they could give their clients if the tool they were using would let them do this right here? And if they would spend 5 minutes learning some basic CSS, it would make their lives better. They would be able to give a better product to their customers. But they're afraid. They're afraid of a little bit of CSS. There's a bunch of components in here. This heading, even though it looks different, it's a component. It's the same component. This component right here and this component right here. Actually, the heading and the text, the same. Look at this component. I type featured, the word that I want to be read. I type here in the accent. Then I add a paragraph. There it is. I want another paragraph. Add it right here. Watch this. Copy, paste. There it is. Another paragraph. Copy, paste. Another paragraph. That's how I built this, right? Let's delete this. All I did, since I'd already created this component, when I got down to do this section, clicked here, heading component, heading text, accent word, blah, 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 blah. Do you see how fast that is? I don't have to, every time, I don't have to add this heading and style it, add this text, add that text, come down here, add this heading, style it, add this text, come down here, add this heading, style it, add this text, come down here, oh, this is left align, add this heading, add all this text, style. It's boom, drop a component, copy paste content, next. Components are next level, dude. You need them. It sucks that I couldn't play with them because I had to pay. Honestly, I probably would have. If I knew ahead of time, I would have just bought whatever the cheapest license of Elementor is so I could use it. I just didn't think I needed to. But you need it. You need components. So if you're looking at Elementor Editor 4, if you're just really dead set on using Elementor, definitely you got to get Pro for sure. The variable system there was terrible. You want to see what a good variable system looks like? Click on styles. There's my variables. I can come in here. There's a variable. That's what a variable manager should look like. And I'm not using it in here because I'm using Automatic CSS, which comes with a whole bunch of variables built in. Remember that color palette in Elementor that was mostly useless? When I come to the color palette in Automatic CSS, these are all variables already. I don't have to create these, okay? I come over here to this text. Excuse me. Come over here to this text. Give my builder a little reload here. Let's actually do this button. Let's say I want to go background, secondary dark. Let's not do dark. Let's just do regular. That's the whole wrapper. My bad. Put this on one of the buttons. Here we go. Right? Because that secondary is already a variable. I didn't have to create that. All I did was come in here, choose my colors. Similar, that's what I did in Elementor. The only difference is these colors are actually usable. They're already variables. And not only is primary available, secondary, blah, 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 there's a whole bunch of other variables automatically created. Ultra light, light, semi-light. Check this out. Secondary dash ultra dark. That's a variable already. I didn't have to create that. It's based on this color. It's based on this secondary color. It's just an ultra dark version of it. Oh, maybe ultra dark's too much. Let's just do regular dark. Oh, that's still a little bit too dark. Let's try semi-dark. These are all variables that are automatically created for me. This is useful. Elementor's color palette, not useful. Sometimes I could choose from my global colors. Other times I couldn't. Make that make sense. At least anytime there's a color picker involved, I should be able to choose from those colors that I set in the color palette. Yeah. I mean, look at this. If you really like style panels, I mean, you can use it in Etch if you want. There it is. There it is. There's my thing. I mean, you can do it if you want to. But then whenever you need to, you can just pop right on down here and do a little bit of custom CSS. It won't hurt you, I promise. CSS doesn't hurt. And then you can go back to using your style panel. Yeah, all right. I think that's it for this video. There's just no way I'm gonna do any more in this builder. I mean, as far as page builders go, it was decent. I mean, I got some stuff up. It looks pretty darn good. I didn't worry about the font sizes and the font family. I honestly might even say just the fact that it has a class system, even though it's terrible, I'd like to assume it's going to get better. I might use this over Themify if I had to. Like if I had to use a page builder, even though I've been using Themify for like the past 10 years, I might switch to Elementor. Problem is I have a lifetime license with Themify, so that would be hard. I just don't like spending money when I don't have to. But I do think that this was a decent page builder experience. I would like to see a section module. I don't know why that doesn't exist. I would like to be able to add a class to anything. I don't know why they don't let me add classes to containers or grids. I would like to see that color palette be more useful. I would like to see a variable manager that made more sense. But we'll see. It's still an alpha. Who knows? Maybe somebody there will see this video and maybe consider this feedback. I don't know. I think the problem is right now it's in kind of a limbo. It's like, if you're already targeting people who are afraid of code. So Elementor version 3 was fine for those people. If you're trying to target professionals who actually know what they're doing, this isn't enough. You need to take it a little bit further, and you need to probably talk to somebody who will never use Elementor, like me. Talk to someone like me who will never use Elementor, but ask them, if somebody held a gun to your head and forced you to use Elementor, what would you like to see? And then you might start to develop an editor experience that professionals might actually not want to blow their brains out when they use. Might. But this is like kind of half-baked at the moment. I'm not sure. I know it's an alpha, but I'm not sure if you should have made it so public so soon, given the state that it's in. I think maybe you should have held off. Maybe wait till it's in beta. I don't know. We'll see. I might try it again. If they, a few months from now, maybe I'll give it another shot and see if they've made any improvements on it. But as of right now, it was very frustrating experience that I'm not excited about ever having to go through again. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. If you managed to stick around this long, I apologize. Also, thank you. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.